I don't think we have the full understanding of the economical crash that's coming to California. Small businesses were being propped up by illegals, were employing illegals so that they could pay them a lower wage and they could profit. Small businesses were doing the same thing that big corporations were doing. And now that we've had all these raids, in some areas they're closing the cage and leaving their door open and will only lift the cage to allow customers in so that they feel protected. But business is not happening as usual. The California economy, all aspects of it are pointing to a huge crash. The rental market is going to crash. The real estate market is going to crash. Unemployment is at its highest levels in the nation in California. Will these people come back and save these businesses? Probably not. They're already at a point where they're in fear and don't even want to leave their house to go to work. If you're not going to work and you're not bringing in the income, how are you going to spend it with the local businesses? Newsflash, you're not. This is very early on, and it's interesting because when I said that this was going to happen months ago, there was a reaction in the community that I was wrong and that wasn't the case. But tell me, Californians, are the taco trucks still all out there like they were in the past? I don't think so. That's changed. Restaurants empty. Small businesses, the quinceañera shops, all that. Some of them don't even open. In some areas, there were so many undocumented people, they were completely propping up the whole city. And now city officials are saying that they're not there because they're scared. You built a whole community on undocumented people to stay in power. And that's all changing. I think the ramifications of ICE raids, if we look at it a year and a half later, 2 years, California is going to look like a whole different state. And that's why they're in complete and utter panic mode. That's why Newsom is doing everything with the blessing of the California Supreme Court because they understand we might lose this state now. With everything that's happening, things are changing. They might lose seats. The population size of California was heavily undocumented, heavily. And they, because they have the ability to stick multiple families in a small home or in a small apartment, they've been propping up California's rental market, housing market, and all that's coming to an end. Uh, Most importantly, small businesses, they're all feeling it. So, of course, they're going to scream from the rooftops that Trump's a bad guy for what he's doing because they were taking advantage of the undocumented, letting them work for peanuts in their shops, just like the big corporations. I think this is just the beginning of a huge economical crash in the state of California. And if we really think about it, any sanctuary state is going to have a huge crash.